We all admire superheroes. As children, we wish to be like them. As adults, we still wish to be like them. But now that we've explored the world of the worst superheroes, so let's roll on to the top 10 worst superheroes of all time. Number 10. The Red Bee. The Red Bee name refers to two fictional superheroes that feature in fantasy books. The first Red appeared in Quality Comics hit Comics number 1, released in July 1940. The character was purchased by DC Comics in 1956 and has since been published into the public domain. In the 1940s, the Red Bee was a superhero armed with a tool belt, a stinger rifle, and the power to summon a swarm of bees if he felt the sudden urge to make some honey. Richard Raleigh lacked superpowers, but he specialized in the use of trained bees and carried a special stinger gun. Jenna Raleigh has a human/insect biology, which allows her to have improved physical traits, produce pheromones, and mark individuals for later monitoring. She used to wear a mechanized warsuit that increased power and flight and two massive robotic bees that could fire electricity blasts. Number 9. Arm Fall-Off Boy. Arm Fall-Off Boy, Floyd Belkin, was a 30th century DC Comics superhero. He first appeared in Secret Origins, Volume 2, Number 46, December 1989, drawing from a manuscript by Gerard Jones, who founded him on a parody fan character, Curt Swan. The Arm Fall-Off Boy character was reintroduced briefly as a splitter after Zero Hour. He will loosen his limbs and then use them as arms. In Legionnaires, Volume 4, Number 12, Matter Eater Lad believes that he won power by carelessness while possessing the anti-gravitational metal element 152, but the Matter Eater Lad may not have been serious. His story is not discussed in his first appearances. He asked for the First Legion trial in his presentation and refused the First Legion. Number 8. Razorback. It is discovered during John Byrne's run on She-Hulk that Razorback can pilot almost any car or transport, intuitively, drive or work, even though he is unaware of its service. Byrne later admitted that it was intended as a joke to show existing characters as mutants and a nod to Marvel's theme at the time. Razorback is a professional engineer and self-teacher who has designed two cab tractor trucks with innovative protection mechanisms, upgraded motors, and self-driving capability. In the wake of Spectacular Spider-Man, the Buford Hollis edition of Razorback came out in Volume 1 Number 12. His first complete appearance in Volume 1 Number 13 Spectacular Spider-Man, where Archie Goodwin, Bill Madlow, and Sal Buscema were made. Number 7. Color Kid. The Color Kid was a member of the Replacement Heroes Legion. These guys banded together and formed a group after they were all ignored by the Superheroes League because they had very lame powers to show. Color Kid was an assistant scientist on his homeworld, but he endured a multicolored light beam from a different scale, entitling him to alter the color of the thing. Color Kid has a skill that could alter the color of the earth and heaven during a critical battle. The green kryptonite cloud surrounding the planet even turned blue, which had a detrimental influence on invading animals. Regardless of his few wins, the talents of Color Kid are minimal, so if you ever look into the mirror and don't like hair color or feel your walls need a revival, ask Color Kid, he will help you out but still very underrated. Number 6. Squirrel Girl. Born with a fuzzy squirrel's strong skills, Squirrel Girl has taught in her local high school. She escaped and found shelter in the nearby forests and soon became their master in the squirrel population and had a specific bond with Monkey Joe and was a sidekick to one of her squirrel fans. She became Iron Man's sidekick, packed with new confidence. She embittered Iron Man and exhibited her squirrel-based strength, but the youth did not amuse him. Eventually, she finished in a bothering spot and was struck in Dr. Doomcatch. Squirrel Girl ordered her squirrel army to chew the Iron Man machine so that she was released. Iron Man never refused Squirrel Girl even though the army defeated him. The forces of squirrels are some crazy powers but still disappointed the readers. Number 5. Mannequin. A character by Bill Madlow and Dave Ross is Mannequin, Whitman Knapp. In Alpha Flight number 44 March 1987, Mannequin first appeared. Whitman Knapp saw the Alpha Flight at Lionel Jeffries' New Life Clinic for the first time, aka Scrambler. Madison, Lionel's brother, was Alpha Flight's chief engineer. Another Alpha Flight member, Roger Box, formed a mission bent and could not safely phase out his robotic armor. He was sent for treatment to the New Life Clinic. Dr. Knapp has maintained contact for some time now with the Canadian Super Team. He formed a strong connection with Persuasion slowly but gradually. In different stages of evolution, Mannequin will form into 3 separate entities. Number 4. Krypto the Superdog. Krypto was the pet puppy on Krypton Superman until he was sent to space, and it devastated the world. When arriving on the Earth, he is an accomplished canine with comparable powers to Superman. Kevin Whitney, 9, whose family believes Krypto is an ordinary Labrador recorder. His family adopts Krypto. Although when the canine does valiant deeds and battles evil, he gives a hidden superdog name. Except for Kevin, a bratty cousin Bailey is the only one who knows Krypto's secret. He lies so much that nobody thinks he is speaking about his puppy. Superman's dad, Jor-El, will be building a ship and placing a white puppy called Krypto inside it and is about to send Krypto to take a test flight to see if the ship is secure enough to fly in interstellar directions. Krypto unintentionally presses some keys on board the submarine, allowing the ship to sleep deeply as the ship returns to Earth. Number 3. Leather Boy. For several causes, Jean Lorraine, Leather Boy, may be one of the worst superhero heroes on the Gracebook page for several reasons. First off, he doesn't have any true superpower to forgive him if he was Batman. However, he is not. He's a man who was searching for BDSM who has a classified ad for superheroes. He has a newspaper. He's a straight man dressed like a bear Leatherman. So in the event you were unknown, there is strange racial exploitation of LGBTQ lifestyles. It's tough to like him between taking the gays and the BDSM nonsense. Leather Boy has turned poor and threatened to murder a little squirrel named Tippy Toe, Squirrel Girl's newest criminal partner, who, admittedly, also has one of the worst superpowers out there to date. Deadpool rescued Tippy, who was very awesome, from being pulverized by Jean. What's not cool is that someone felt that character was a smart idea. Number 2. Doorman. A member of Great Lakes Avengers, his strength was to become a portal across and around him to bring up other characters. The superpower of Doorman is to move people from one room to the next is extremely lame, but the rooms have to be next to each other otherwise, their abilities do not function. His power as a literal door is sufficiently lame, but its power is confined to touching areas, and the lame scale bursts. I mean, if Doormat could at least teleport people, it would raise the importance of Doormat. The Doorman can transmit people through solid walls, his own body acting as a kind of gateway. His all-black look was a traditional material dressing compared to heavy white eyepieces in his mask. Number 1. Doorman. A member of Great Lakes Avengers, his strength was to become a portal across and around him to bring up other characters. The superpower of Doorman is to move people from one room to the next is extremely lame, but the rooms have to be next to each other otherwise, their abilities do not function. His power as a literal door is sufficiently lame, but its power is confined to touching areas, and the lame scale bursts. I mean, if Doormat could at least teleport people, it would raise the importance of Doormat. The Doorman can transmit people through solid walls, his own body acting as a kind of gateway. His all-black look was a traditional material dressing compared to heavy white eyepieces in his mask.